Dr. Doom was never supposed to feel sudden, but somehow, he did. Some clues looked accidental. Some felt like harmless Easter eggs. And some quietly changed the entire MCU once you noticed them. But here's the part most audiences missed. Marvel wasn't planting references. It was building foundations, and the first clue may have appeared years before Doom was ever announced. Reed Richards was already using Doom's technology. The clearest clue appears in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. When Reed Richards enters the Illuminati chamber, he doesn't walk through a doorway. He materializes through a glowing circular platform beneath his feet. Most people treated it like generic sci-fi technology. It wasn't. Producer Richie Palmer later revealed the scene was inspired by Dr. Doom's time platform from Marvel Comics. And that changes the scene completely, because the time platform isn't random technology in Marvel lore. It's one of Doom's most important inventions, a machine tied to multiversal travel, temporal manipulation, and Kang's own history through Ramatut. Marvel may have introduced Doom-inspired technology before introducing Doom himself. That's not an Easter egg. That's infrastructure. And the detail becomes even stranger in Earth 838, a universe presented as more technologically advanced than Earth 616. Doom's designs already exist there, which means his influence may already stretch across realities before audiences ever officially meet him. Marvel didn't introduce Doom through dialogue. They introduced him through his absence. And that matters because Doom's greatest weapon was never power. It was inevitable. Kang may have been delaying Doom the entire time. Kang and Dr. Doom have always mirrored each other. Not in power, in philosophy. Both are geniuses obsessed with control. Both believe intelligence gives them the right to shape reality itself. Both see themselves not as conquerors, but as necessary solutions. But there's one difference between them. Kang controls timelines, Doom controls outcomes, and once you notice that distinction, Tony Stark's role in the MCU starts feeling much stranger. Tony and Doom share almost identical narrative DNA. Genius inventors. God complexes disguised as heroism. Men convinced only they can save the future. Both ultimately reshape reality through sacrifice and technology. Which raises a disturbing possibility. What if Kang needed Tony Stark because Tony temporarily occupied the narrative space Doom was always meant to fill? Without Tony solving time travel in Endgame, the sacred timeline collapses. The snap remains permanent. Kang loses control of the timeline entirely. Tony becomes structurally necessary. But the moment Tony dies in Endgame, that protection disappears. No genius billionaire dominates the MCU anymore. No central technological figure remains. And suddenly the story has room for Victor Von Doom. Not as a replacement for Kang. As the threat Kang was trying to prevent. Because the most dangerous villains in Marvel history aren't the ones who destroy worlds. They're the ones who believe they're saving them. Moon Knight may have already shown Latveria. Moon Knight feels disconnected from the rest of the MCU. No Avengers references, no multiverse discussions, no larger franchise setup. Which makes one detail inside Episode 5 feel incredibly deliberate. When Stephen Grant wakes inside a remote European village, the setting feels oddly specific. Ancient stone streets, Gothic architecture, a towering castle looming over everything from the mountainside. For comic readers, the resemblance is immediate. Comic fans immediately noticed similarities to classic Doomsday imagery. And the castle itself mirrors Castle Doom's comic imagery with unsettling precision. Then Marvel adds something stranger. During Stephen's escape sequence, a shipping box inside the truck briefly shows the label, Von D. The shot lasts seconds. Long enough to notice, short enough to dismiss. Which is exactly how Marvel hides its biggest reveals. Whether intentional or not, some viewers felt the setting resembled classic Latverian imagery. They just needed audiences not to recognize it yet. The TVA may have erased Victor Von Doom. The darkest clue appears in Loki Episode 1. Mobius casually references a TVA mission involving an 8-year-old boy near the Black Sea in Eastern Europe. The child was supposedly pruned because his future actions would lead to massive death. The line lasts seconds, but the details are difficult to ignore. Eastern Europe, Black Sea region, reality-threatening consequences. That's almost exactly where Latveria exists in Marvel Comics. And the implication becomes terrifying once you understand what the TVA actually does. The TVA never cared about mass death. Thanos was allowed to happen. Wars were allowed to happen. Entire civilizations disappeared without intervention. The TVA only intervenes when someone threatens the sacred timeline. So why erase one child? Unless that child eventually becomes someone Kang cannot control. Some fans believe that child could have been an early version of Victor Von Doom. And if that's true, it explains something the MCU never addressed during the Infinity Saga. Why Doom never appeared at all. Because some fans think he may have already been removed from the timeline before audiences ever entered it. But the moment He Who Remains dies in Loki, the sacred timeline collapses. Branches return. Variants emerge. History destabilizes. And suddenly a universe where Victor Von Doom was never pruned becomes possible again. Not created, restored. Kang's Citadel never looked like Kang's. The Citadel at the end of time feels wrong the moment audiences see it. Kang's technology is usually sleek, futuristic, clean. But the Citadel feels ancient. Massive stone structures, Gothic emptiness, towering statues built like monuments to inevitability. Nothing about it resembles Kang. Everything about it resembles Doom. Because Doom doesn't just build technology, he builds mythology. Castles, monuments, symbols designed to make him feel eternal. Even He Who Remains says he ended up there, not that he built it. Which raises an unsettling possibility. What if Kang wasn't sitting in his own kingdom? What if he inherited the ruins of Doom's? Because the deeper the multiverse saga goes, the more Marvel's imagery stops looking technological and starts looking mythological, exactly the way Doom always does. Tony Stark may have already seen a Doom timeline. Tony Stark's nightmare in Age of Ultron changes completely after the multiverse of madness. At first, Wanda's vision seems simple. Dead Avengers, destroyed Earth. Tony's fear of failure weaponized him. Then Doctor Strange introduces a terrifying rule. Dreams aren't imagination, they're glimpses into other realities. Which means Tony may not have been seeing a hypothetical future, he may have been seeing a real one. A timeline where the Avengers lost, where Earth collapsed, where Tony failed exactly the way he always feared he would. And once the Avengers disappear, something eventually fills that vacuum. Power always does. Age of Ultron suddenly stops feeling like paranoia and starts feeling like foreshadowing. Not for Kang, for the world that comes after heroes fail. Because Doom has always thrived in broken worlds. Endgame didn't fix the MCU. It broke it. Bruce Banner insists returning the Infinity Stones will restore the timeline. Clean solution, no lasting damage. Except Endgame immediately proves that isn't true. Loki escapes with the Tesseract. 2014 Thanos vanishes from his universe permanently. Gamora survives outside her timeline. Steve Rogers creates another branch by remaining in the past. The multiverse wasn't repaired in Endgame. It fractured, quietly, permanently. And that fracture creates the exact kind of chaos someone like Dr. Doom thrives inside. Not because he caused the collapse, because he's intelligent enough to take control after it happens. That's what makes Doom different from Kang. Kang manages timelines. Doom survives them. Conclusion. Dr. Doom was never really absent from the MCU. His technology appeared before he did. His imagery existed inside Loki. His homeland may already be on screen. His erasure may explain the Infinity Saga itself. Even Tony Stark's story starts looking different once you realize Marvel may have been building towards someone even more dangerous all along. Because Doom isn't just another villain waiting for an introduction. He's the kind of character who changes the shape of the universe around him before he even arrives. And looking back now, that may have been happening the entire time.